Great afternoon. Oh my goodness. I wanted to ask about changes perhaps coming when it comes to churches, religiosity, dogma, the Antichrist churches that are I call it the evil angel churches, because if you listen to them, they're preaching, they say Jesus, but really they are teaching the opposite. They're really Antichrist in nature. And then ones that are perverted, like Catholic Church, where you have pedophiles that the minute they are caught, they should be excommunicated immediately, and instead of being excommunicated, they're just moved to a different place. And these are ones that are supposed to be standing in the gap between you and Christ, and yet nobody really needs somebody to stand in the gap for them. You have full access. They are not in a higher level. And really to sit there and think that you need to have some sort of you're going to get, what do they call it when you're dying and they have the priest come in and give you the last rites and things by these guys that are, some pedophiles, etc., that they're going to sanctify. Yeah, I'm just like, I see these things going on, and it's just, yeah. Things need to change. So that's what I was asking about. Now I'll show you the reading that I got. The first card out about this reading. Now this deck I'm using is different. This is the Tarot of the Spirits. Okay, Tarot of the Spirit. You can see this is a very old deck. It's an old deck. I had to get that through eBay. I don't know if they make this deck any longer, but it is called Tarot of the Spirit. And that's Miss Lily squeaking her toy. Miss Lily, she says, I'm a big girl, I can make that toy squeak really good. So the first card that came out, which is what the reading is about, is Three of Earth. The works. So the works we're doing in the earth, the grounded things we're bringing into being, okay? Is this balanced? Is this not? Is this going toward the higher dynamic? Okay? Let's look and see. So the next thing is about the strength. Now this is coming to the balance. We have the positives, negatives, we have the DNA, we have the caduceus of healing, we have here sitting there in meditation and bringing this strength into the planetary awareness, okay, the work of bringing that into this awareness, the strength, and the fire, father of fire, the action, bringing this into the earth plane in a strength of action, okay? So the energy within it is the brother of water. So it's the messages, external messages, etc., of compassion, etc., getting into touch with your emotions, your emotional happenings. It's about Mother Earth, about internally grounding with the earth, coming into that alignment with Gaia, etc. When it comes to these things, the Empress, when it comes to these things that are being birthed. So what is it we're birthing? What is it we want to bring into Gaia? Okay, into our daily existence, okay? This message of externally bringing forward more compassion, talking about that type of a message. So the next thing that comes in with that is that with the brother, messages of compassion, what's being offered. We have the Eight of Wind, the power shield. This is the mental power shield. So bringing these things in mentally, holding them. Now that is, again, bringing it from the higher elements down in and holding on to it, keeping that strong, that mental shield. You're bringing these things down from the heavenlies, the higher things coming down, and then starting to take force, action. It's putting this into action, as above, so below. Understanding that, bringing that to Mother Earth, the strength of this. And when it takes the action and birthing it, again, then we have this structure of the struggle, okay? So it's not easy. It's not going to be an immediate shift. We have to be wanting to bring this and taking the action, the father action of the Empress, okay? Wanting to birth this, and that will be a bit of a struggle, okay? So the challenge is Mother Wind. So Mother Wind is about internally the strength of the mind, okay? The mind, the strength of the mind and what you're holding to. Now remember, above it, we have coming into it what's being built, the architect, what's being put out there, what's being talked about, what's being said about compassion, these types of things, the strong will of the mind with that. And then again, the challenge is to hold on to that internally. With that, we have the universe. So bringing this into the universe, the strength, groundedness, the new action in the universe of having what? Faith. Underneath of it, the faith. So again, the grounding of it, we have the father element of fire, bringing this forward, but wanting to birth it. We have to have the desire for this to be birthed, the struggle of faith, okay? The struggle of faith to bring this into an alignment, into being, the changing of these things. So the outcome is the father of water, okay? Bringing this out into the world in action, father of water. Bringing this cup of compassion, really bringing in the things that Yeshua ben Joseph was teaching about compassion, love, empathy, okay? All of these things. To have a recognition, mentally getting a recognition, okay, of what's taking place. Now this is making that change. Usually the Three of Swords is about the pain, okay? But recognizing what's there and having compassion and bringing that forward to make this, this change, okay? The Magus, the Magician, making this radical change to come out of the pain, okay? Coming out of the pain. And changing the struggle of changing the faith and coming out of the Magus. Sometimes the Magician for me is representing smoke and mirrors, the illusion, okay? Because the Magician is all about illusion. So the struggle to let go of those illusions, moving into the faith and birthing something new. So underneath of it, we have the sun. Okay, more light being shed. We have the sister earth. It's about internally grounding, having yourself grounded in this. The Four of Winds, which is mastery, the transformation of the mind through meditation, etc. Okay, opening up to this higher awareness, going through this, what they call chakra system, but these are levels and layers of consciousness through meditation and having that transformation that takes place. In the 10 of Earth, the full development, the great works, fully developing the things that are going on in the earth plane, okay, to the higher awareness, bringing these things into the highest element rather than monetary stuff, which you see at 10 of Pentacles. And this is the 10 of Stars, the earth plane, and bringing these into a higher awareness with that. And the sister wind, again, having this transformation of mind, of understanding, of wisdom internally within yourself. And that brings this transformation, and it happens through meditation. It happens through that transformation and the willingness and wanting to see these things brought into this plane of existence. Okay, so that's what we have with that. So we'll go ahead and read this from the grounded level. Is this moving this forward, wanting to see what's being birthed, the struggle when it comes to faith, and understand the illusion and the higher elements of these things. At the center of it, it's about the strength that one has when it comes to the grounding, what you have internally, and grounding with Mother Earth, being in alignment with that, this beginning force of as above, so below, that is within the universe, and then this understanding of this wisdom of understanding pain, etc., and then wanting to move beyond that. So what we have above it is what's being, the architecture, what's being brought into Earth, being built. It's about that message of compassion, the message about your emotional being, coming into this power shield of mind, and then this internal changes into your mentation, and then that leads to the Father of Water, or that compassion in the world, bringing that forward of what you understand mentally, emotionally, and bringing that out into the world to make these radical changes, okay? So it's all about us. If we want to give up the old system of this churchiology, dogma, etc., because we see so many people, especially what I see, Christians are stuck in the Old Testament. That's what you see mostly with the Magatonians. It's all about retribution, and you shall have no other gods before me, trying to make God in their image. And then Yeshua ben Joseph came and wanted to dispel that and bring them to higher knowledge, but they don't want the higher knowledge. They want to stay back in that retribution and anger and angst and the drama that they continue to hold to. And he wanted to bring this light into the world. So it's time for that old system. This is why we have the parting of the ways. Okay? There are those that want to go to higher spirituality and light and understand that, and those that are staying in that dogmatism and drama. And so that's where we are now within this world situation. So on that note, I'll leave that here. We'll see you online.